So this is how the belly is looking. Have some yogurt. She's teething right now. Very hard. I have monthly for a chit chat. I just wanted something to be done. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie. In case you're new here, I am 30 years old. I am a mama to a 14-month-old and I am currently pregnant. At the time of filming this clip, I am actually 26 weeks pregnant. Shall we do a belly check? So this is how the belly is looking. You guys, I am at the point of pregnancy where I wake up feeling like I was mauled by a bear. It is so uncomfortable to sleep. I typically have to alternate between my sides and then my back. It's been a struggle over here. I have not gotten much quality sleep, so it's been impacting my day-to-day even more in terms of my energy levels, but I'm trying my best. I just put baby girl down for a nap. Before putting her down, I was actually working on updating my monthly calendar. I showed this in a previous video. I was working on a printout that consists of my weekly and monthly goals. I will show this a little bit later because I have shown this in a previous video, but I did make some updates to like my cleaning schedule, so I will show you that later on. But for now, I just wanted to hop on, start a new vlog. It is Wednesday, January 29th, so we're already midway through the week, and I just really wanted to start a video before the week got away from me. And you guys know by now, my go-to pregnancy snack is to have some yogurt. So that is what I'm going to fix up for myself right now. I am honestly obsessed with green apples. I will have a green apple over a red apple any day. We bought some grapes the other day and I've been really craving them in my yogurt. So I'm gonna add that today. To be honest, I just cannot get over this. Today I was gonna meet up with a mama. Her baby is a couple months old. I think her baby's like 6 months old, so significantly younger than my baby girl. We've been trying to meet up for like a couple of days. It just hasn't happened because our babies just have completely different schedules. Like my baby girl, her naps have just shifted. She's teething right now. She actually just got a molar, like one of her bottom molars. So that was very chaotic as well the last couple of days because she's just been drooling a lot, crying a lot. Sleep has shifted, which is, you know, normal when kids are teething. But anyway, I also have been trying to balance like social life and like home life, just because as much as I would like to go out and about on like play dates every single day so baby girl can interact and socialize, I feel like sometimes getting out of the house is such a big thing when you have a kid. Like it's not going to be a quick trip and then you're going to get home and there's going to be things that you just have to take care of that obviously you didn't take care of when you were out and about. So I have found that I've really had to balance socializing, play dates versus just knowing when to stay back home, you know? There have been weeks where I definitely have overdone the socializing and I just end up feeling really tired. I just have to remind myself that right now I'm not only a mom to a pre-toddler, I also am pregnant. And by the time the evening comes, I'm just like done for. But yet there's still so many things that have to get done because like I said earlier, if you spend the day out, there's things that you obviously didn't tend to in the house. I really want to create like a schedule, like Mondays I do this, Tuesdays I do this. But the thing is, I'm not fully there yet because first of all, there are so many factors with the baby. It all depends on how your baby's feeling, what phase of life your baby's in. For example, like I said, baby girl's teething right now, so I have to plan around that. In addition to like her moods and how baby is doing, I have to plan around how I'm feeling right now because I am pregnant, obviously. Planning ahead is just so hard for me right now, and I know there will be a season in my life where I just need to have very strict routines, but I just don't feel like I'm there right now, you know? I've been trying to cut back like my efforts to socialize with other moms and finding play dates for baby girl because I've noticed that as long as she has like 1 or 2 play dates per week. Like that's more than enough. In my mind, I just really wanted her to have that like every single day, but it's just not realistic for us right now. It's just not something feasible when it comes to mama's energy. Not just that, you guys, like I'm also an introvert, okay? I am like a social introvert. I am not shy. Like I enjoy talking, but I also would rather kind of just be alone. Like I'm a homebody as well. I'm like the type of person that I will dread going out to socialize, but once I'm out, I enjoy myself every single time and I want to stay longer. But the thing about being an introvert is not about being shy or not, talking or not. It's about your energy, like how you obtain your energy. And I know some people like that are more extroverted need to talk to other people to fill their cup, to fill their energy, to obtain that energy. Whereas for me, I kind of obtain that energy intrinsically. Like I don't really need to talk to people to obtain that. I can honestly go like a whole month without talking to people, like other than like my husband, my family members, like my immediate family, maybe my closest friends. Sometimes I've noticed like me going out and about like once a month to socialize, like that fills my cup for a very long time. If you're an introvert, you know what I'm talking about. These days, I've just been really trying to find the balance and understanding that my energy levels are just not normal right now. Like maybe in the future when I'm not pregnant anymore, I can handle more socializing back to back to back. But right now, we're limiting to at least twice a week, going out and about, going on a play date. The rest of the days, I honestly enjoy just being alone with baby girl. I like either being in her backyard. She's playing more independently now and I can garden or I can just sit outside and watch her. So I definitely value time alone with baby girl. Anyway, just to ramble on balancing being social and staying home, tending to the house, and also protecting my energy and reminding myself that I need to take it easy, you know? Good morning. It is now the next day. Baby girl is up and early again. I am going to make us some breakfast. I saw this recipe on YouTube where you caramelize bananas and blueberries over coconut oil, and then you have that with your yogurt. And I'm gonna try that recipe this morning because we have run out of eggs. And you guys, eggs are so expensive right now. The other day they were like over $10 for a dozen. That's crazy. We're gonna switch it up this morning. Okay, so I caramelized for about 5 minutes. It smells so good and the color is just so beautiful. It's not often that I have something purple for breakfast, you know? A little update on breakfast. Baby girl did not like it. So I had to give her some waffles, bananas, milk, and like her regular minus the eggs. It's interesting because she loves bananas, she loves blueberries, and she loves yogurt like on their own. She just didn't like them all mixed together. But I'm not gonna blame her, to be honest. I was not a fan either of having that for breakfast. I think for me that's more of a snack. So I went ahead and saved them and I'm gonna eat them later for lunch. So now I'm just gonna have some cereal because again we're out of our eggs, so we're improvising this morning. So yeah, baby girl didn't like them, and me being pregnant and picky in the mornings, I just have to have like what I know I will like, otherwise foods will make me queasy. And that's the thing about yogurt, I love it, I'll have it as a snack, but apparently I didn't like it for breakfast either. So we are pivoting.
Overstretching for your side body. Let's bring our feet, letting your knees fall out. It doesn't matter how far. We'll stretch your neck.
It is sometime later. Baby girl is actually down for a nap. I just finished up some chores. I finished the dishes, some laundry, and then I read my Bible. Now I'm going to marinate this meat that I set to thaw last night. I just wanted to be ready for when my husband gets home later. He can put it on the grill outside so I don't have to cook it in here. I can see baby girl's like slowly moving, and she pretty much is going to be up from her nap soon. Today we are going to go meet up with a mama and her baby. Her baby is significantly younger than my daughter, so it won't be like a play date or anything because they can't necessarily like play together. We are gonna meet up at a coffee shop and then just walk around in the little downtown area. And this mama like reached out to me via the Peanut app that I have mentioned before on my channel, and we just kind of like got along via messaging. I'm also just excited to be around like a smaller baby because you guys, I was going through baby girl's like tiny pictures when she was like a couple months old, like 3, 4, 5 months, because I've mentioned before that I'm working on printing photos for my photo albums of baby girl. Anyway, I have like baby fever. As I'm pregnant, I have baby fever. I don't know if that's possible, but I have it. Like I just cannot wait to have my baby boy. Babe, she's up. I know my baby. So I'm gonna feed her some food right now and then we're gonna go out and about. I'm cutting up some orange for baby girl right now, but while I do that, I quickly wanted to share a little bit more about my progress with the project of keeping up with baby pictures that I have mentioned before. So like I've said in my previous videos, I am so behind you guys on like the pictures that I have printed, and personally, I want to print my pictures because I know growing up, my mom always had like bins, like storage bins full of pictures of us growing up, and one of our favorite like family time activities was to take that bin out, and periodically here and there, occasionally, we would go through them. And I feel like there are certain memories that are just engraved in my head because of those pictures. So that's something that I'm trying to recreate. I'm not a fan of having everything digital because then you don't really look at it. It's just not the same when it comes to something like pictures, in my opinion. Yesterday I was gonna print them at Walgreens, and I get like really good deals there. It's like promo code that I have, or it's some type of holiday. But yesterday I was just gonna print them like normal, and for 300 pictures, which is what I wanted to print, it was $100, which means it was about 25 to 29 cents per picture, which I guess is like the norm, but I've never paid that much for pictures because again, like typically I have a promo code, and I was like, I am not about to pay $100. Like that is not in my budget for this month. So then I ended up doing Shutterfly because my husband said that if I open an account, I get unlimited 4x6 prints. So I ended up doing that, you guys. I ended up opening a Shutterfly account, and I got all of those 300 pictures for free. I just had to pay for shipping, which was crazy. Shipping itself was $25, which is wild for shipping. But I did it because it was the cheapest option. I tried Snapfish, I tried Walgreens, and then I tried Shutterfly, and Shutterfly just had the best deal. I think that promo ends by tomorrow, like January 31st. So I like barely got to take advantage of that coupon code. But yeah, it's one of my monthly goals to make progress toward this project. So this month, my goal was to just continue catching up, to go through 3 months of pictures. So I did March, April, and May 2024 because I have not sorted through those. That's what I've been doing for the month of January. And to meet my goal, I went ahead and finished it last night, sent them to print, so they'll arrive sometime in February. And then I'll just have to like put them into my photo albums that I purchased at like a thrift store. Just a little update. Now baby girl is pretty much done. I tried to give her fruit at the end of her meal because otherwise that's just what she's gonna focus on. But she pretty much just finished the whole orange, you guys. But anyway, we have to leave like pretty much immediately. So I'm gonna get her ready, then myself ready, and then we're gonna head out. 'out, 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 ' It is much later in the day. We are back home. We've actually been home for a while, but baby girl was still energetic after getting home, but she finally went down. So I'm hoping she's gonna take a long enough nap because mama is also feeling tired. I'm gonna have my yogurt that is left over from the morning. Remember the one that I didn't want for breakfast and baby girl didn't want either? Well, it's time to have it so it doesn't go to waste. I'm just gonna add some green apples. I think that's gonna spice this up, and some granola. But a little bit of an update from my little get together with mama and baby. So it was so fun, first and foremost. I really feel like mama and I really got along, and I feel like I, for the most part, get along with everyone, but sometimes there are people with which you just really like jive with, you know, like you just really get along with. And yeah, I think our personalities just meshed really well. And her baby boy was actually 2 months. I thought he was older than that for some reason, but he ended up being 2 months, about to be 2 months. And you guys, it was so precious. I don't know what it is. Like after having kids, I love babies so much. I feel like before I liked babies, like I never really was around babies because I was very like only career driven, and I surrounded myself with very similar women, and most of the time in those like pockets of like girl boss vibes, women tend to like not really have kids, or you know, like kids just aren't in the picture as much. So I feel like I never really was around kids, but I knew that like I thought babies were cute. Like I never was one of those people that like don't like kids at all, you know, like there's definitely some of those people. I've met them, to each their own, but I was never one of those people. I definitely thought they were cute, and you know, if I saw a baby, I'd smile, say hi to the little nugget. But after having kids, I just want to like hold all the babies. Like something in me, just something that was suppressed, it just came out. And anyway, that's how I felt around this baby boy. I was just like looking at him. He was so cute with his little bottle and his little movement and the little newborn scrunch. And you guys, I'm just so happy that I get to have another one. I haven't shown you my belly, have I? Maybe I have, but let me show it again. This is 26 weeks. Very round, very hard. But anyway, in here is the child that I will be holding soon. And you guys, today just made me extra excited to just have that opportunity again soon, God willing, to hold a tiny child, one that is mine. Obviously, I'm very excited. Anyway, I'm gonna cut my apple now. But yeah, like I said, her and I got along really well, and we're hoping to, you know, hang out again. I'm actually like planning to start, like, I don't know if it'll be a monthly thing, but like something that happens multiple times throughout the year. I want to have like a scrapbook type of night with other mamas. So there's this other mom and I that I pitched this idea to her. I told her, hey, like I really need an incentive to keep up with my baby girl's pictures. And she had the same issue. I think we all kind of have the same issue where it's like just so hard to keep up with all the pictures we take. And she says she's really been wanting to work on a scrapbook, especially because this particular mama that I'm talking about, she's pregnant. So she's like, I really want to work on this scrapbook before baby number 2 is born. And that's kind of how I feel. I don't know if I will scrapbook a lot, but I definitely want to like at least dedicate time to, like I said, put photo albums together. So anyway, I told her, hey, like I really have been wanting to, you know, have a couple mamas over my house, bring the kiddos over, and while they play in the backyard or, you know, do their thing, we can just gather out here and scrapbook a little bit. I mentioned it to the mama I met today because, like I said, we just hit it off, and I felt like it wouldn't be weird to suggest that for her to come over my house. That's how much we got along, you guys. Sometimes it just happens. Anyway, I suggested it to her. She's like, oh my God, like I'm working on a scrapbook right now. Like that would just be so awesome. And so yeah, I'm thinking of making that happen maybe sometime in February. Anyway, that's something that I really think would be a good idea, to create community with other mamas, simultaneously work on a personal goal that I have of, you know, keeping up with scrapbooking, photo album stuff, all of the things. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and have some of this leftover yogurt while I just sit down on the couch and relax for a little bit. Okay, I thought it would be a good little moment for a chit chat. You guys, I devoured that yogurt, by the way, so not a good breakfast option for me, but it shall remain as a good snack option. But I thought it would be a good little moment to sit down, talk to you about just a recurring theme that comes up in my conversations with other moms, and that is the fact that maintaining a home is not easy. Being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. I am working from home right now. I'm working part-time, so there is that additional element. But I know that even if I wasn't working from home, just staying at home, maintaining a home, looking after your child, all of the things of the home, like that is not easy. It's so crazy how there's just been these conversations in our society around women that stay home with kids as being lazy, pretty much just relaxing all day while their husband works. Maybe that's not the narrative that you are used to, but I feel like that was definitely a narrative that was very prevalent as I grew up. Like if you weren't working as well, if you were just staying at home with your kids, like that was looked down on within the community of other women. That's something that I very much have overheard other women, like people in my family, that women that don't work, that stay at home are lazy, they're like gold diggers, they're not contributing in any shape or form to the family. And I come, as I kind of alluded to earlier, from a very like career driven mindset that was very much so what my trajectory was. After high school, I went to college. After college, I took a gap year to prepare for grad school. I applied to grad school. I applied to several PhD programs. I got into several PhD programs. I started my PhD. My mindset was very much career is the number one thing for me, especially as a woman. That is the one thing that I have to do. And so for the longest time, I was just so focused on being only career driven, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's the beauty of being a woman in a country such as the one that we are in, is that you literally have free will and you have a choice to decide. But the fact that being a stay-at-home mom in all of the circles that I was part of, especially as I went through academia, it was like having a child was the last thing you wanted to do. You want to finish your PhD, which takes 5 to 6 years, mind you, in the field that I was in, which was microbiology. And then after that, you got to do your postdoc, which can be 2 to 3 years, but some people take longer. It depends on your research and so many other factors. And after that, you obviously have to get a footing in your career. You have to establish your career. So in the route that I was going down, I essentially wouldn't have been able to start thinking about having a family until like my 40s, which, you know, some people are going to take that route. That's just not the route that I wanted to take. Pretty much a lot of the women that I encountered, having kids was not in the picture. Tending to a home was not in the picture. God forbid, tending to a man. Like, tending to a husband, we're not going to talk about that. So I have talked about this with other mamas that come from similar situations in which they were very career driven. That's all they were like super hyper fixated on. And then one day they just felt a tug in the complete opposite direction of, hey, a career is important, but I also want to have kids and I don't want to wait until I'm done with my career, because when is that going to be? For me, that was going to be like so long from where I was at the time when I started having these thoughts. And so a lot of us that I have spoken to have come from a place of literally not knowing how to maintain a home with a family in it. Like obviously we lived on our own before, we cook, we clean, but the level to which you have to maintain a home when there are children in it is so different. And so I have noticed that I've really struggled with that transition. So first of all, it's a mindset shift that has to occur from being like super career driven and like your career is number one thing in your life. It comes before a man, it comes before babies, it comes before everything. Like that's the space that I was in. And again, there's going to be some women for which that is the life that they choose and that's the life for them. But the fact that I just thought that that had to be the life for me as well is crazy now looking back. And so a lot of the skills that I'm now having to learn, meal prepping for a family. I used to meal prep with my husband back in the day, but it's so different than for a family, like keeping a toddler that may be picky in mind and like really making sure it's balanced and like all the things. Cooking, forget about it. Like that's a whole nother level of keeping up, because before if we had an off day, hey, let's just go drive through somewhere, let's go get takeout. But that's not something that we necessarily want to be doing at this moment in our lives, to save money, to be healthy, just for so many reasons. So there's that. There's also like managing your finances to a different degree. So before, I feel like I didn't really think twice before making certain expenses. Just really managing the home finances is a different level. Cleaning, making sure you're keeping up with things that pile up, like dishes, laundry, but also starting to think about other parts of the home that before I just didn't really care too much about, or maybe I just had more time to do it, so that's why I didn't care too much about it, because I knew, oh, I'll get to it eventually. But when you have a kid, you really have to coordinate your time a little bit better. You also like just keeping track of all of the things and making sure you always have what you need, like paper towels, like really basic things, like being the eyes on the house and keeping track of all of that. Like, those seem like very simple things, but if you know, you know, like they are not simple. They are things that you really have to be orchestrated and find your rhythm to make the flow of all of this happen. And I've noticed too that at this point in homemaking, I also am leaning toward learning skills that maybe are old fashioned or that only your grandma does, like crocheting or knitting or like making bread. But you guys, like when I tell you that this is something that my soul is yearning to learn, yeah, I just have noticed that there's been such a shift in my mind. I think now that I'm older and I'm becoming more in tune with my femininity and motherhood, I'm realizing that a lot of the narratives around being a woman that chooses to stay home with her kids and chooses to stay home over a career, a lot of the narratives that I had were very negative, and it's not easy. Raising a child is not easy. Maintaining the heartbeat to the home, bringing that spirit to a house, like creating that household vibe. I never really valued this before. I feel like I was so wrong. And now it's something that I'm just gravitating toward, like being more of that homemaker. And I never thought I would be saying this. It's beautiful that we have a choice to pick which route in life we're going to take. I'm really happy that I kind of got to experience both worlds and ultimately decided on this being my current phase in life. But yeah, my husband's home and it's perfect timing because that's the end of my rant. Hello, it is now Saturday morning. It has been a very good morning so far. So a little bit of a recap of yesterday. Baby girl and I went over for a play date to a mama's house. I've talked about this mama before. I also met her on the Peanut app, and her daughter's almost 2 years old, so she's a little bit older than my baby girl, but the mama is also pregnant, and we're pretty much like similar in terms of how far along we are in our pregnancy. But yesterday we went over to her house. She had us over because we've gone to parks and we've gone to different places for our baby girls to play. But sometimes when you're pregnant, like going to places where children can play can be quite hectic and stressful and tiring. We really just wanted to be in a controlled space and have them play while we're obviously still watching them. But I feel like it's just easier to talk that way. Like they're having fun, babies are having fun, but then mamas are also having a good time. So that was a lot of fun. And this morning has also been such a sweet morning. We woke up early because baby girl now wakes up like at 6:30. That's just her new normal. So we were all up pretty early, had very early breakfast, and then we went to a coffee shop. And it was just so nice to start this new month. Today's February 1st. And that way, you know, like going to a coffee shop. Those are my favorite mornings, you guys, when we get to just eat together and either make a coffee here at home or obviously go to like a cute coffee shop around us, go on a little walk. Those are just the simple little things that truly warm my heart. I quickly wanted to show you my cleaning schedule. I've shown this template before that I created on Canva, but this is just something I'm going to print out. out, and once it's finalized, I'm gonna laminate it so I can just keep reusing it every month. And then here's what I want to show you. I kind of organized my cleaning in a way that is either to be done on a weekly or monthly basis. So I thought of the things that I really want to take care of on a weekly basis. Some of the things that I have monthly: change our bed sheets, both for us and baby girl, clean the microwave, clean the oven, clean our windows, clean surfaces around the home, dust, clean my makeup brushes, wash tubs is something that I recently added, wash our shower curtains and the liners as well, wash our couch covers, wash our kitchen towels that we use to like dry our hands, and as well as the ones that we use to wipe the countertops, wash the kitchen trash cans, and clean our wedding rings, because I'm like really bad at taking off my wedding ring when I do chores. Oop. So I feel like I just need to get better at dumping it in like a little cleaning solution that I have and making sure I'm taking care of it, because you know, my husband saved up money and he had to work hard to save up money to buy me like my engagement and wedding band. So I just really want to stay on top of cleaning that as well. So I've said this before, that this is not a comprehensive list. I am very aware that there are so many other things in the house that need to get cleaned or taken care of that I didn't show here. Like for example, cleaning baseboards, cleaning walls. Like literally there are so many things in a home that you have to keep up with, but I really want to like meet myself where I'm at. Like I'm currently pregnant right now and some of these things might just be too much for me to do. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of like make a distinction between the things that I want to take care of more on a weekly or bi-weekly basis versus on a monthly basis, because you guys, I feel like sometimes in my head I just would get so stressed out thinking like, oh my god, these are all the things that have to be taken care of in the home, but I didn't really have like an idea of when I should do them. So I feel like by starting out distinguishing between the weekly and monthly things, that's like a good place to start so that I get an idea of when I more or less have to take care of these things. I'm gonna print this out for February, put it on our fridge, and for now I'm not gonna laminate it because I know for a fact this is not a final draft. So my goal is to, you know, kind of go through the months and see what needs to be deleted, added, and I essentially want to end up with a final draft, in a sense, like something that I definitely can be using on a monthly basis. But for now I'm just building it out, and I just wanted something to be done. I didn't want it to be perfect. I just wanted to have a general system to be following, you know? But yeah, just in case you needed some inspo in this area as well, or maybe you already have like a way more advanced schedule than I do, if you want to share kind of how you keep up with your chores. So yeah, for the month of January, I actually did pretty good at keeping up with my weekly and monthly cleaning items. There were some things that I didn't get done, but you know, we're not trying to be perfect around here. We're just trying to start somewhere. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that for now. Hello, you guys. It is a couple of days later. It's actually February 4th, and I am editing this video right now. And I realized that, as often happens, I forgot to outro this video. And please disregard my appearance, you guys. Today has not been a very good day. I didn't get very quality sleep, and today has just been off. Okay, today has just been off. I've had very little motivation to do things. I just put baby girl down for a nap, and I figured, okay, I really want to stay consistent with my YouTube editing, so I have to push through the hard days to get this done. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you did like it, and subscribe, of course, to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video. Bye.